So that was a huge transition for me to give up my 13-year career to start anew. That's my story, and I am so proud that I got through that because that made me the person I am today. Shit, Mother Gabriel! Hey everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today, mag-adulting one-on-one tayo. The other day, I posted on my stories asking ko anong pwede niyo mga itanong sa akin, and also may ibang mga tao na nagtanong din in our YouTube community. So, simulan na natin to. First question, how to handle culture differences in relationships? I feel like it's a constant, I wouldn't say battle. You have to have an open communication. Syempre, naging struggle lang namin ni Troy at some point was not communicating it well enough. In regards to those differences, you have to address it to your partner. And I'm sure maiintindihan naman yun ng partner mo. You just have to explain to them that, well, in my culture, this is what it's like. Because don't expect. The worst thing you can do is for them to expect na alam na nila. Because like you said, we're all different. Like Troy, he's African-American and ako naman, pure Filipina. I was born and raised in the Philippines. So sobrang even that, combining two different lives. Yung upbringing niya, my upbringing is so different. So you just have to really communicate with your partner. Next question. Thank you, Shay Sonko, for that question. Next question. How was it living on your own when you did your culinary course in Texas? From the urban Fraulein. Wala masyadong nakakaalam ito, and I feel like this was really like a turning point for me. During my first year here in Austin, I did my culinary internship and I was broke. I was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, and I never understood that since tumira ko dito. Because when I was in the Philippines, I was good. So I took up a culinary course in the Philippines in Cafe Isabel. Tapos, when I got here, I said, I'm gonna train abroad. Because sakit naman yung pinag-aralan ko. I wanna go somewhere else. Like either Paris, New York, California, anywhere. Perfect timing lang was yung Texas at the time. Yun lang yung perfect na makakaalis ako. Yung date na available. So I was like, okay, let me try it out. I've never been to Texas, so why not? And when I came here, I didn't have a car. Yung apartment ko is maybe a mile away or maybe 3 blocks away from the grocery store. Dala-dala ko, naglalakad ako ng grocery store with siguro 5 bag pabalik sa apartment ko because nagtitipid ako because I didn't want to pay for Uber because sobrang lapit lang. Mas malapit pag nakakotse ka, but when you have like grocery bags, mahirap yun. I had 2 jobs back to back. I would work from 6 in the morning up until 9 p.m. minsan hanggang 10, and then I'll take the bus. Where I was living before, hindi siya sobrang yung pinaka-safe area. So minsan, I would walk around with pepper spray dahil takot ako, and I have to wait in the bus station at like 4:30 to 4:45 in the morning just to catch the bus ride para makapunta ako sa work ng 6 a.m. Because if I don't catch that bus, malilate ako sa first work ko. So it was a huge turning point and ibang lifestyle from what I was accustomed to. But you know what? That's my story. And I am so proud that I got through that because that made me the person I am today. Medyo sensitive na topic siya for me because I don't think a lot of people know about it. I didn't share my stories. Everyone thinks that when you just go to America, mayaman ka na lang, but it wasn't the case for me. I really struggled here. Next question. How did you restart life from living a glam celebrity life to an entrepreneur? Pros and cons. Thank you so much, Ina B. Honestly, up to this day, I'm 32 years old. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm starting over. Up until this day, for the first 2 years of my life here, I was lost. Like the first year, it flew by fast because the first year I was working. Back to back, I would have 1 to 2 days off. Minsan, I'll pick up hours. Pag sobrang busy ka here, you won't feel the sadness. You don't have time to be depressed. But when that ended, my contract for my internship, and then I found out that I was pregnant, I went back home to the Philippines, and that was a huge turning point. Like, okay, I knew at the time when I was here, titira lang ako dito for a year because I knew I had a contract. Babalik ako sa Philippines, I'm gonna go act again. At least I got to experience a different life. It humbled me. Really, I was so excited because it humbled me enough na, you know what, there were things that I took for granted when I was back in the Philippines, and bringing that new perspective was really amazing for me. Na excited ako umuwi, I was pumped up to work again, and then I found that I was pregnant. It was a matter of choice, like, well, first, my husband wasn't gonna move in the Philippines because of his job, and we have more opportunities here. So that was a huge transition for me to give up my 13-year career to start it. No families, no friends, nothing. To really like start from scratch. And the only thing I had was my drive, my willingness to learn. And I've always been like a go-getter. Like no matter what situation, kung saan mo ko ilagay, I will rise. So that's all I had. I had the grit, like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm giving up my life because I'm about to have my own family. When you live here, you do everything with your partner, especially if you're a single mom, like sobra, they do everything. You have to drive your kids to school, tapos susunduin mo pa sila. By the time you get home, you have to prepare food for everybody, tuck them to bed. You still have some laundry to do and all of those things. So yun yung mga namimiss ko. But you know what? Like the opportunities here is so different from what we have in the Philippines, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. I do miss acting, but I also love my life here. It changed me, made me more mature, and I really like grew up here. Like dito ako talaga like learned about self-development, and I learned more about myself when I moved here. So it really just brought up the best in me, and sobrang proud ako sa sarili ko with that. Ito naman is from the YouTube community. What's your advice from Mayor Mo Azus? What's your advice to those who are in their early 20s? Take your time, enjoy life as a single person, because I keep telling this to a lot of women na parang don't rush because it's going to happen eventually. Society tells you, oh, be married at 28, have a kid by this age. No. You gotta take your own time and enjoy life, your success, your experience. The 20s are actually just preparing you for your 30s. I thought na, oh, I'm 20s na, I'm an adult, this and that. Yes, you are because you're working, you're more independent. But at the same time, it's still a learning process. Yan yung mga marami kang mistakes na matututunan, but you'll also learn a lot about yourself. So take that time on your own because once na may pamilya ka na, those are the times that you can never take back. So take your time, get to know yourself better before mo isipin yung, oh, mag-aasawa na ako or whatever. Like, just really focus on yourself. This is the time to make mistakes, to try different jobs that would light you up. Find your passion. Don't worry about what society will tell you. Follow your heart and get to know yourself. From Hazel Violaco, what is the one thing you are deeply proud of in your life? I would say, shit, about to get real. I would really say becoming a mother because it really changed me. It really opened my eyes sa mga possibilities na kaya kong gawin as a person. It opened my eyes na kung gaano ko hindi pala kakilala yung sarili ko when I became a mother. Yeah, all the struggles that I've gone through, I'm still here. I'm still fighting, and I think that's the best thing you can do for yourself is to get out of that mental state or whatever you're going through in life. It's temporary. You're gonna fight and you're gonna get over it. So I think really, I'm really proud to say na lahat ng struggles ko is I never gave up on myself. You can do anything, and that's the best gift that you could ever give yourself is to never give up on yourself. From Marian Santander, who is your BFF in showbiz? I never really had a BFF because lahat ng friends ko, most of my close friends are non-showbiz. I've always been that way. Never ako yung about talaga na, oh, kailangan sikat yung best friend ko or whatever. At some point, me and Angelica were really close. I lived with her. We shared the same birthday, Angelica Kamiban, and we did the show together. And then at some point, kami ni Bianca King. I lived with her as well. Si Mads, you know, nag-reconnect kami when I went to LA last month. So, sila yung mga friends ko before. I would say Bubbles Paraiso is one of them. We used to have the same managers, right? Wala ako masyadong close friend talaga in showbiz because like I said, very small lang ang circle ko and most of my friends are from non-showbiz talaga. Next question, what are your saving tips? So I would say, and tanda ko na, pero I need to learn more, okay? You live and you learn. That's why in your 20s, dito ka matututo. Use this experience to really like learn, okay? Meron ako kasi talagang list because ginawa ko to for myself. Track your expenses. Mahirap mag-save ng money kung hindi mo alam kung magkano ginagastos mo. Cut back on your expenses. Number 2. Ano ba yung mga things na hindi mo naman necessarily kailangan? Like Starbucks, kain sa labas. Like how often do you eat out? If you could see kung magkano yung total nun. Let's just say you spend average $50 to $70 a week, diba? Just by eating out. So, kunyari 3 to 4 times a week. Imagine mo if you can just cut back on that in half, tapos you can put that in your groceries, then you will really save more money kasi ngayon, binabawasan mo na yung mga small amounts na binabayaran mo, right? 3, increase your income. So, this is why I always say, kailangan mo ng at least 7 streams of income. Like for me, whether it be YouTube, social media, I have an online business, which is my fitness coaching, I have my Monet business. So, you need at least 4 to 5 sources of income, right? And with that, syempre, kung meron kang 9 to 5 job, you get all the benefits from that, but minsan kapos pa rin, right? So, at least with that stream of income, you can use that money maybe to pay your debt, your credit card debt, or to save money, right? So, kung ano yung kinikita mo doon will go directly to your savings. So, importante talaga to find another stream of income. If you have a hobby, now is the time. Like, if you want to do, YouTube, maybe it's the time for you to start doing that. Next, number 4, practice income savings equals expenses. So, income mo, babawasan mo, kailangan you have to pay yourself first, okay? Kasi minsan nakakalimutan natin is after nabayaran na lahat ng bills, hindi mo na nabayaran yung sarili mo. So, I feel like at least 10 to 20% of your salary should go directly to your savings, and whatever is left of that, pay your bills. And then kung may natira, yun yung extra money mo for, let's just say, yan, eating out, whatever. But if you don't have that sa budget mo, then you'll have to really see kung saan ka pwedeng mag-cut back para magkasya yung budget mo for that month. Pay off your debt. Importante, bayaran mo yung utang mo. Kung hindi, tumataas yung interest. Pagka mataas na, minsan mas mahirap bayaran, right? Like if you have a loan, or yan, utang ka from your friends, you have to pay them. Kahit na sabihin mo, tell them, let's say you owe them $2,000, pay them at least $100 every week, $100 a week, or, $200 a month. Importante na babawasan yung utang mo kasi kahit na may pera ka, then next thing you know, if singilin ka and you're like, alright, you're gonna have to pull out from your savings. So, isama mo siya sa budget mo by paying your debt as well every month. Those are my saving tips for you. So, last 2 questions and we can wrap this up. Paano niyo po pinagsasabay ang workout and work? Abby Batino. You know what? Hindi ko siya pinagsasabay because I feel like for some people, parang sa tingin nila, kailangan may piliin kang isa. Mag-workout ba ako today or busy ako sa work today? No. Sa calendar ko, nakasulat na yan. And my planner, get a planner. So kung you have a 9 to 5 job, work out at 7 in the morning. 7 to 7:45. Get ready and then go to work. Or even wake up at 6 kung sobrang traffic, kung saan ka nakatira. Don't make it na parang mandatory, na obligado ka pa. Think of your health as, oh my gosh, I'm actually honoring my body. When you think that way, hindi siya pabigat and it becomes easier along the way. So start by 2 to 3 times a week training. Ilagay mo siya sa schedule mo. Make sure na para siyang appointment. When you have an appointment with the doctors, hindi magpapakita, right? Like, you make sure that you show up and you do the appointment. So, kailangan lagay mo lang siya as part of your lifestyle rather than thinking of it like, oh my gosh, this is punishment, right? And last question from Amra Kasok. How do you overcome insecurities? Love you. Stay bomb and awesome. Oh, thank you. I would say, up to this day, I still have insecurities. I think minsan, sobrang dali, especially with this social media age. Like, everybody is so used to that instant gratification. You see photos of women, mukhang perfect, but you have to tell yourself and you have to know na, oh my gosh, this is not what they look like on a day-to-day basis. You have to get to know yourself enough, and once na makita mo yung mga good qualities na meron ka and the things that you can offer the world, slowly magiging confident ka and slowly mawawala ang mga insecurities mo. Or what can you do? Pwede mo gawin is, what are the things that you can do to improve or boost your confidence? Working out is one because you feel empowered. I feel strong whenever I work out. Of course, part na doon, nagaganda yung katawan mo. And when I feel good and I look good, confident ako. Nawawala insecurities ko. But then when I treat myself poorly, then nandun na lahat. When I tell myself like, oh my gosh, ang taba ko. Oh my gosh, ang pangit ko. Oh my gosh, may wrinkles ako. Oh my gosh, yung dark circles ko. Because I used to do that. You gotta go in front of the mirror and you have to tell yourself like, you know what, high five mo yung sarili mo na, I'm this, I'm beautiful, I'm enough. all the affirmations. Because pag yun ang sinabi mo sa sarili mo, trust me, your personal development will grow. Yung mindset thinking mo in regards to yung perspective mo sa sarili mo will change. Kung nandun ka sa mental state na yun, I would suggest to take a break from social media because it could really affect someone. Pag masyado mong kinonsume yung mind mo with these things na hindi naman nakakadagdag ng value sa'yo, detach yourself from that until you're ready and you're okay to open it and to see it nang wala ka masyadong nafe-feel. Thank you guys so much for all your questions, and I'm very, very happy na we got to know each other. I got to share my stories. Maybe we can do a part 2 of my stories, yung nung nagsimula ako dito in Austin. I would just like to say thank you guys for stopping by if it's your first time here on my channel. Maraming salamat, and if you haven't liked or subscribed, please don't forget to hit that bell. I guess that is it for this adulting episode.